everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to another day in my 2022 holiday card series. You guys. Oy vey. In today's video, I'm going to share with you 100 different cards. Yep, 100 cards. So you may have remembered earlier in the year, before this started, I shared with you an Amazon haul, and one of the things I purchased was a pack of beautiful little plaid gift tags that had gold foiled lettering. And I thought, oh, these will be really fun to mass produce. They were. I made 100 cards in 2.5 days. So to say that I was a little tired is an understatement, but I really do love how these turned out. I will say these were a bit more involved than they probably should have been when I was mass producing 100, but I got an idea in my head and you guys know I have to get it out. So I'm going to share with you from concept to paper, etc. So we're mass producing 100 cards. Now these were listed in the Etsy shop. Of course, I am filming this ahead of time. I'm actually filming this intro on Thanksgiving Day. So I don't know if they're still available, but there's a link in the description box if you're interested in any of the cards that you've seen me create over the past few months. So yeah, that's it. If you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing. I am uploading holiday content until Christmas Day. There will actually be a video on Christmas Day. So I'm really excited about that. I'm posting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The week up till Christmas, it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, I think. Saturday, Sunday, actually. So there you go. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let's head over to the craft table and I'm going to walk you through this painstakingly long process of making 100 different cards. So as I mentioned in the intro, these were a little bit more involved than I would normally do for so many cards, but I really do love how these turned out. So what you saw at the beginning was the plaid paper that I printed off. I went ahead and picked up digital paper. I was basically able to find every pattern that matched these tags, like almost perfectly. The color's off a little bit because the tags are a bit more distressed than the paper I bought, but they're almost dead on. And then this is a Christmas tree die that I picked up from Spellbinders? I don't remember. I got it off Amazon. So ended up using that, and I picked up this gold paper on Amazon as well. I hated this paper, by the way. I think it came with 100 sheets. It wasn't very expensive, but it's like vinyl. It's like the paper is like vinyl. So it would either peel off the tree or it would get nicked and it would come off. I was like, oh my word. So I didn't really enjoy that paper. So for the tags, you saw there that I was kind of measuring where you could see it through the tree. I went ahead and cut those down. Again, something else that took forever that probably wasn't really necessary, but I really do like how it turned out. So I cut each tag down, I think to like 2/3, 2 1/3 or 2 2/3. And then I rounded the corner with my corner rounder. So that took forever. So luckily I would turn off the camera like I would do one with you guys, and then I would turn off the camera. Here I'm trying to play with the layout. I knew I wanted to bring in a bit of black, but I couldn't decide if I was going to use those long tags or if I wanted to bring in the Christmas tree tags. So here I'm just trying to play around and see what I wanted to do. I was taking pictures. Rob was in there. You see me gesturing with my hands. That's me talking to Rob, trying to figure out what I wanted to do as far as placement. I took some pictures to send to a friend, and I was like, please help me. It's like, which one do you like? And so this is kind of the layout I settled on, where the tag was on the tree, and then I brought in a red bow that was on the Christmas tree, and I really, really like the finished layout. These are available in the Etsy shop. They went in the Etsy shop earlier in the week. There are a set of 10, each of them come with 10. So be sure to check out the Etsy shop. That is listed in the description box down below. So this was the winning layout. And so once I had this done, then I went ahead and brought in some gold papers so I could cut it down so I could die cut. So I'm using my Carl cutter for this. If I needed to be precise, I would not have done this, but I was basically cutting it in half and then cutting it in half again. So I wasn't necessarily in need of it being completely precise because I was going to cut out all of these Christmas trees. So initially I was like, oh, I can cut out 2 trees at a time. No, couldn't. Not with this paper, I couldn't. So I ended up cutting out 100 trees. 100 trees. Oh my God. It was like, these were a lot of work. I don't know what I was thinking. And trying to get them done in a weekend too was dumb. That was so dumb. So, but these, I would definitely make these again, but I would make these over a period of a couple of days, maybe not a couple of days, like a couple of weeks, like do a step here, step there. If you're not disabled and you don't have issues with arm strength and stuff like that, you probably wouldn't even have to consider that. But since I'm someone who struggles with not only dexterity issues with my hands, but also like muscle weakness in my arms, this was a lot of work. A lot of work for 2 days. And my body was like, no, Misty, no, we're not doing this again. So I promised it we wouldn't. So Friday's video, it will be the last of the mass producing. That'll be it for all of the tags, I believe. And if not, that'll be all that you see on video. I do have the rest of the month already planned out. I'm really excited. We're going to do a Yeti week. We're going to do a nativity week. We're going to do some home decor. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because we have some stuff coming full show. Okay, so this is where I start cutting down the tags individually. And again, I cut them down to, I think it's like 2 3/8. And here you can see just how messy my desk is and just how little space I'm working with. So, but yeah, I cut them down and then I used the crocodile. No, is that the crocodile? No, the corner rounder. I don't remember what it's called. From We Are Memory Keepers, I used the 1/2 inch. But you can see there that I have like the voice from Australia on. I was listening to that. And I just turn on some YouTube and get it done. And here on my own, I think Rob was working or he was watching football or he'd gone bowling. I don't remember what he was doing, but he'd basically gone and done something. So here is a look at the paper. It took me forever to decide on plaid because I was like, do I want plaid on plaid? And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to break it up with the gold. I'm going to break it up with the black. So I went ahead and did that. And I just searched on Etsy for Christmas plaid. And there were 2 or 3 tags out of the 10 that I didn't have paper to completely match it, but it's pretty close. So, and I just printed this on some cheap cardstock. And I have a laser printer, that's why it's shiny like that. But if you have an inkjet, yeah. And so the way I print my paper is I fill it like fit to page. So it fills an entire page and then I do 4 copies per page. So I get 4 card layers out of 1 sheet of cardstock basically. And I'm just cutting off the border because my printer leaves margin. Like I did it through Preview if you're on a Mac. So I cut off the white, then I cut it in half. And then I cut it at 4 for both of them. And that's how I ended up doing it. And that just made it so much simpler for me. And again, it was a long process, but it was a much easier process once I figured out a good way to cut it. So, yeah. Initially, I bought several packs of paper from Michael's to use, but the issue I was running into was I didn't have enough. Like I only had 4 sheets of each one, and I really needed 10 sheets of each one. So that's why I went ahead and went this way. And I could have not used all of them, but honestly, I bought all of those things. I would really like to get them out of my house. This is going up, I believe, on the 30th. Today is the last day of the kind of Thanksgiving sale. So if you're interested, they are listed in the description box down below. There's tons of cards over there. I think I've made like 600 Christmas cards this year, which is kind of insanity, but I've done it, and there you go. So here is a look at all of the paper. I'm just making sure that I have my 10 sheets of each. That way, if I need to print some, I can. Of course, I ended up with 12 of each, so I did have some extra, and I just put those to the side. But here's a look at all the patterns, and you can see when I go to put the tags in there, it's like there's such a good fit. So once I do that, it's time to bring in the rest of the paper. And again, I'm just making sure that I have 10 of each. And then it's going to be time to fold card bases. And this probably took me a good, 30 minutes. Probably a good 10 minutes to count. I wish I was exaggerating. I am not exaggerating. It took forever to count the card bases because I had to try to get them apart, and I needed 100. Luckily, I don't remember who was live. Someone was live in the Stamp Anything Facebook group, and I was like, thank you for keeping me company as I am scoring folding all of these cards. Thankfully, these are already pre-scored. I have run into probably 4 out of the 500 that I bought that are mis-scored. Like the score line goes diagonal instead of straight across. But other than that, these have been perfect. I've loved them so very much. You can just get on Amazon and search A2 size no cards with card bases. Absolutely perfect. In fact, I may invest in some more of these. You guys know I really love to use colored cardstock, but when you're mass producing like this, I don't think that that's a good idea. I think it's easier to do something like this. And like you saw in Monday's video, I wanted black on there, so I just did a black outside layer rather than trying to, because that would have added 2 more steps to this process, because I would have had to cut and score all of the black, and then I would have had to add in another card layer. So yeah. Okay. So I went through 10 cartridges. I think 10 cartridges, just adhering the pattern paper. But you can see here I have tons of stuff going on. YouTube is the real hero, the real MVP when I sit down and do this kind of thing. I just turn it on, listen. Sometimes I'm listening to people playing. Sometimes I'm listening to music. Sometimes I'm listening to history stuff. It really just depends. Sometimes every once in a while it's true crime. I'm not a huge true crime fan, but I follow a couple of people that do that kind of content sometimes. So sometimes that's on. I'll literally YouTube saves my life. So those of you who do long videos, thank you very much. I don't always get around to commenting because again, I'm listening as I'm, working, etc. So in here I had to pause. Every time I went to count, I had to pause because I was like, wait a minute, I'm trying to count. I can't count and listen at the exact same time. So it was pretty fun. It was a lot of work, but I am very proud of these cards. I really, really love how they turned out. I love the gold. You guys know I'm not a gold person, but I really, really love. And here I am making sure I have the right, what am I trying to say? Layout. Because I really, really do like this. And I love these little Christmas trees. Somehow I ended up with just enough. I could have swore about 200 little Christmas trees, but I ended up with just enough to make these cards. And in fact, I had a couple that had fallen in the floor. And I was looking at Rob. I was like, you have to come help me find these so I can, do these cards because I only need 2 more Christmas trees. So the gold went down flat, the tags went down flat, and then the Christmas trees got not tape runner. What am I trying to say? The Scotch mounting foam on the bottom and then glue on the top because they hung off, of the tag and the tree. So there were 2 layers and I wanted to make sure that they were all even. So, and I'm just trying to line this up, making sure that it's as straight as I can get it. And luckily, that's the great thing about plaid, is there's a line to guide you. So that was really helpful. So yeah, like I said, a bit more involved than I would normally do for mass producing, especially mass producing at this level. But I have no regrets. I don't regret the work because I think these turned out beautiful, and I think they would make either a really good gift. They do come boxed in an acrylic box with a purple ribbon on it. So if you're interested in giving them as gifts, you can absolutely do that. It's free shipping over $35 in Etsy. I can ship international. I don't offer international shipping like on Etsy. It says I don't, but that's because it's expensive. It's so expensive. If I have to wait, like if I just have to put in a weight and then let Etsy calculate it, you're going to spend like $30 on shipping. So if you're interested in anything that you've seen me made or anything that's in the shop and you're outside of the US, just send me a message either through my email or through Etsy. Let me know exactly what you want and I will measure it and get you an exact price. So of course, you'll be responsible for customs or charges or anything like that when it gets to your country. But yeah, and I have a lot of people ask why it's so expensive to ship just one card. They come to you as a package. So they come tracked and they ship as a package. And a 1 ounce package, depending on where it's going in the US, it starts at like $3.50. So, and I've had a couple of people pay more shipping than they should, and I refund it. Even if it's like 50 cents, I will still refund the shipping overage. And if I didn't charge you enough, then I just eat it. I just feel like that's the easiest thing to do. These start at like $4.25 a box because again, they're a package. They weigh a little bit more. I mean, you're basically getting 10 cards, 10 envelopes, and 10 envelope seals, little stickers, which I absolutely love. They're so stinking cute. So I have completely used up this roll of Scotch adhesive. I need to get on Amazon and get another one. I used it up in what you'll see in Friday's video. So yeah, so as you can see here, I'm just putting a small strip of it at the bottom and then I'm adding liquid glue at the top. And then we're going to get this down. And once I do all of that, then I'll go back in later and put on the bow. So really, really fun. I really, really love this layout. I think it worked out really, really well. As for the bows, I'm using those little cute little red pre-made bows and I am sticking them on with a glue dot. Initially, I was like putting the glue dot down first and then putting it on, and I was like, nope, that's not going to work. So then I just go straight from the bow to the from the bow to that, and I kept them. I didn't do it like I couldn't mass produce as I normally would since these were so specific. Like the paper was specific to the tag, etc. So that also probably added on some time as well. But yeah, I can't believe I made 100 cards and I really love them. Again, I love how they turned out. I love that it's either, I think it's Spellbinders or Sizzix. I honestly don't remember where the tree dye came from, but I actually got that tree dye for something else and I haven't even made those cards yet. I need to get on it. This year was all about me having so many ideas, just not enough days in a week, because I didn't want to commit to more than 3 videos in a week because it's already been a challenge, but I have a million ideas. So yeah. So once I put the bows on, that's it. I brought them over and I put the tag on the back that has my information on it. And then I put them in their boxes and they're ready for you if you're interested. So that's it. That's 100 cards. Again, I don't know that I would necessarily do this exactly again. But I do like how they turned out, and I'm just, it's one of those things where I didn't think I could do it, and I did it in like 2 days. I pushed my body probably a little too much, but the result was worth it. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate you. Friday's video will be the last of the mass producing. Like I said, we're going to be doing some home decor. We're going to be doing a Yeti week. We're going to be doing some nativity. We've got a lot more coming because I am uploading every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday until Christmas Day. So thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure you're following me. I'm on Instagram. I'm TheJollyFatElf. I also have a Facebook page and a Facebook group. All of that is linked in the description box down below. Leave me a comment letting me know which one is your favorite, or if you like them, or if this is something you think that you would want to do yourself. I would really be interested in hearing from you and letting me know what you've enjoyed so far. Like, what do you want to see again next year as far as like what I've done, and what do you want to see me do like going forward? Like, do you want more mass producing where I'm doing like birthday cards, etc.? Let me know. I would really love to hear from you. All right, friends, I'm going to turn it over to some music. I'm going to get off here and get ready for bed. But I love you guys so, so much. I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. And I will see you Friday for another video. Bye for now. Oh. Don't forget to join me over on Stamped Anything, because today is the sneak peeks for December's release. And December's release is the Golden Girls. So yeah, join me over there. Okay, bye for now.